Okay. We're gonna call the meeting to order at 5:44. And do I have to still read this
Yeah.
pursuant to chapter?
Yeah.
All right. Can I say whatever was read last meeting?
Do you have it? Do you have it in
All
front
right.
of you?
Pursuant to chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency signed into law on June 16th, 2021. This meeting will be conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance by meetings of the public will be permitted. Okay, now let's go and we will speak to the CPA, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you. So Lynn, you wanted to go over the budget, correct?
Correct.
For the year end. Okay,
Yes.
The budget?
Yes, the budget,
Right.
please.
Certainly. So I'm assuming Lynn sent one of the board members a copy of the budget. The first page is the narrative. It hits all the highlights of what's allowed this year under DHCD's budget guidelines for fiscal year 2022. So I will just hit those and then go through a few pages if we want to, and we'll take it from there. So in accordance with DHCD's budget guidelines for fiscal year 2022, the part-time administrative position was increased 4% as allowed. The executive director's salary was not increased as there is currently no new ED calculation worksheet prepared by DHCD at this time. Therefore, the salary rolls from year to year. 2, the maintenance salaries in this budget are those that were in effect on April 1st, 2021 as part of the Department of Labor and Wages. They will be adjusted on April 1st, 2022 when they are updated by that department. The DHCD budget guidelines allowed the Housing Authority to increase its allowable non-utility expense level, or what that really means is the expenses that we can budget for the 400 program, excluding utilities. So administrative expenses, admin salaries, maintenance contract costs, and all that stuff was allowed to go up 4%. However, when we did the budget, we weren't able to stay under that amount. So therefore, we are using roughly $21,775 worth of reserves to cover all budgeted needs in the current year. And after all of that, that will leave the Housing Authority at the end of fiscal year 2022 with an expected projected operating reserve of $136,000, which is roughly 68% of the maximum amount allowed by DHCD. Full reserve would be about $200,000, and DHCD requires that housing authorities maintain 35%. So 35% of 200,000. You're required to maintain $70,000 or so, and you'll have about 136. So those are the highlights. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Okay. So then the next page is just the standard formatting for how the budget will be presented in DHCD. The 400 program, which is your elderly and your scattered site 705s. The next page is the 689 project, which is run by, what is it now, Lynn? DDS? DMH? What's their title now?
DMH.
Yeah. So that program is going to make roughly $250. The third page is the calculation of subsidy for the Southborough Housing Authority for fiscal year 2022. And this schedule comes down to roughly $33,000 worth of subsidy. So DHCD is going to give us roughly $33,000, and that includes $75 add-on for each air source heat pump that the authority currently maintains. So what's that? So according to DHC, you have like 57 of them, Lynn? Sounds about right?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
we have 56 elderly units, and then we have, I think, we're putting 2 in our 705, so there would be 58 of them.
All right. Well, the DHCD's records show you have 57.
Okay.
So we get $4,200, but we know that the cost to maintain is probably higher than that. So again, that's something that the air source heat pumps, even though they're energy efficient, I've noticed from other housing authorities, they're costing more to maintain than DHCD is giving us. Plus the allowable non-utility that goes up like the 4% to cover the costs isn't covering the cost of those air source heat pumps either.
Right.
So even though it's been nice for us to put them into the environment, we're paying more for them. And I've seen it in other housing authorities besides just.
To clean and maintain them, it's like over $6,000 a year. Just
I have a housing authority that has a contract for $25,000.
yeah, it's crazy.
So if there are no questions on that, the next page is just a salary page. I mean, it's all self-explanatory. Again, like we said, DHCD is allowing a 4% salary increase for administrative salaries. So we've increased the part-time temp person by that 4%. And then the maintenance, like I said, is budgeted at the current rate, which it will go up on April 1st. So technically the maintenance salaries are probably under budgeted by whatever that change will be. The next page is just your administrative expense page, breaking down what we're going to pay for certain items. My fee, travel, postage, GASB 75 report, payroll, computer expenses, all based on historical cost as of the last couple of years and anything we know currently. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. The next page is just your insurance and healthcare costs, employee benefits. I just make one quick note that this budget was based on $170 per unit. As Lynn is probably aware, the rates just came out. It's $177 per unit. It's not a huge difference from this budget, but just to let the board know that technically the property insurance will be higher than this by a few dollars. And then the only other thing I've noticed is, and hopefully this is a one-time adjustment. I mentioned it to Lynn and I'll mention it to the board. Our retirement bill basically doubled this year. And it was, the bill said something about an EIR adjustment on it. I think Lynn sent it to me and we looked at it. I think if Lynn was to send it to the board or talk about it, you'll see that your assessment and then plus this one, I'm assuming it's a one-time add-on, but I don't know for sure because I don't know how it all works. But you look at the bill, it says like $13,000 for the year, and then it says 2021 or 2022 ERI assessment, which is, I'm going with the idea that that's early retirement incentive. So I think what's happening is that the retirement board is assessing everyone in the system extra dollars this year for up and coming possible early retirement. So I'm kind of hoping that next year the bill will go back to what it was in previous years. But this amount here is based on what we're going to pay for July 1, 2021 through June of 2022.
And every housing authority that pays into Worcester Retirement is having that?
I'm going on the theory that that's the case, Lynn. I mean, you can always call the retirement and ask them what that separate, you sent me the bill, if you look at it, you want to ask them. You can get more clarification on that. But if you go back and look at other bills, I think you sent me, I saw it somewhere else. It's happened in the past before, but it doesn't happen every year. It's like a sporadic, like a one-time charge, and it always says ERI. And I've looked it up, and every time I find up ERI, it says early retirement incentive. So I'm going on the assessment that every housing authority within the Worcester retirement system got hit with some kind of adjustment this year for early retirement incentive.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard through the grapevine, that is a possible thing this year, that they're going to allow certain individuals to retire with extra years or extra time in. So
well, that COVID essential bill was out. That's not the same thing that they had.
Not that I'm aware of. I think there was some other bill I've heard that they're going to allow. So I just wanted to point out to the board that the 30 grand is higher than usual. So hopefully next year it'll come back down.
Okay.
And then the remaining few pages are just, again, more supplemental schedules, contract costs, expectations on revenues, And then non-routine, we have some dollars in here for turnover and tree removal and some appliances that Lynn had requested. So overall, the budget, overall the reserves will be hit by about $20,000 for the year. But again, I think a good portion of that could be the retirement bill. So if the retirement bill comes back down to what it was in the past, I would assume that the hit to reserves going forward will be less. What we need is the 4% that DHCD is giving us to go up higher, because costs are outpacing DHCD's 4%. And then, to be honest, we're also getting less revenue. We're getting less subsidy this year because our revenue, technically our tenant rental revenue, is higher than it was in the prior year. Again, that's probably COVID-19 back end where our rents are going back up compared to where they were last year. Every dollar of rental income the housing authority takes in is a dollar less of subsidy that DHCD gives us.
Right. Plus, we had a lot of empty room. We had a lot of empty units this over the last year,
Right.
which it stayed empty for a while.
Yeah,
Which
Right.
because
So
you said we definitely used a little bit more this year, and part of
Right.
it, the retirement and.
Right. So for every dollar we get more from the tenants, we get a dollar less from DHCD. So if God forbid revenues didn't come in, we'd still get the money back from DHCD. So that's a wash. I think the biggest thing in this budget is that retirement bill, and hopefully that's a one-time adjustment.
Yeah.
And DHCD does not put there's no add-on to the budget for retirement, extra bills or extra charging. DHCD claims it's a controllable cost, and we both know, and we all know it isn't. So sorry to say it is what it is.
okay.
That is the budget in a nutshell. Are there any questions?
I don't. B, do you have any?
No, I don't.
Oh, good.
So yeah, we didn't put any, any high ticket items in there this year as far as equipment or anything like that. I mean, I think we did a lot too. I mean, in the housing authority, I think, as far as flooring and that kind of stuff, but that was mainly like money that DHCD gave us with when they gave us that allotted money.
The extra COVID money, correct?
The extra COVID money and whatever. I mean, I pretty much used it all. So,
Good job.
yeah, well, I don't like when we have to get subsidy, but I guess that goes with the territory sometimes, huh?
We never want to give it back.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay,
All right. Do we need I'm having to accept the
votes.
budget?
2 votes, one on the 400, one on the 689, please.
yeah,
All right. So, Robert, you're up. Make a motion.
I make a motion to accept the report on accounting.
You have to,
Is that right?
you have to be a little more specific.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can just say on the 400, first on the 400 budget, Robert,
All right. I make a motion to accept the 400 budget as presented.
B, how do you feel about it?
I'm gonna second it.
All right. I'm in favor. B, are you in favor?
Me?
Yes. Just say yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Robert, how do you feel about it? You're in favor?
I'm in favor, yeah.
All right. We need a motion for the second part.
All right.
689-1.
I make a motion to accept the 689-1 budget as presented.
And B, do you second?
I'm gonna make the second.
Great. And I approve as Nancy Morris. And Robert, do you approve?
I approve.
And B, do you approve?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. All right. I guess that's a good thing. Thank you for the report.
You're welcome.
All right, so, all right, James, thank you. And,
Lynn, before I go, you're all set on your end?
yes,
Because
so,
it's due today.
yeah, so they need to make motions to approve all the year-end stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
and then
but
once
are we there yet?
Once you upload it, you said you uploaded it already? Did you go in and hit submit on the actual operating statements and the tar tab?
I didn't, you know what? I didn't do the tar tab. I gotta do the tar tab. I always forget it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I don't have it.
that's checking that the submit button shouldn't have showed up until the operating stuff was uploaded. So you uploaded it and then the operating statements had a submit button. Okay, just in case, because once I go, I'm gonna go home and I don't want 9 o'clock. The only reason I said this is because it's due by midnight tonight, so that's the reason. For
Yeah,
the board meeting.
I think I did it today. I mean, but I just didn't do the tar. I didn't get
All right.
anything back that's certified.
I'll check it, and if there's anything that doesn't look right, I will email you. But
Yeah,
right now,
email me.
the only thing that doesn't look done is the tar.
That's the only thing I didn't do, yeah.
All right, thank you. Have a nice holiday. If anybody needs anything, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
James.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, do we need to approve the budget now? Should we do that
Oh,
now?
So you guys already approved the budget. What you
All
need
right.
to approve now is the year-end certifications.
Okay,
So those are the ones, Nancy, you did send them back to me. Then I found out that they didn't have to be signed as long as they get motions, but there's 3 things that have to be signed, approved, I should say, and that's the top 5 compensation, and then the certificate of the year-end financials, and then the certificate of compliance with lead paint. So those 3 things.
all right. I need a motion.
All right, I make a motion to approve the top 5 compensation. What was the other 2? Top 5 compensation,
Certificate of compliance with lead paint law,
certificate of compliance with lead paint law,
and the certification of the year-end financials and tenants account receivables.
and certification of the tenant's account and year receivable.
Yep.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
All right, Pete, do we have a second? Did you want to second that?
I'm gonna second it.
Very good. Nancy Morris approves. How about you, Robert?
I approve.
And B, you approve?
I certainly do.
Oh, good. All right. Now we need to make a motion of reading and approval of the minutes.
All right, I make a motion to approve the minutes from the,
And B, you're going to second it?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And I approve as Nancy Morris. And Robert, do you approve?
I approve.
And B, you approve, right?
Do.
Okay. Now we need the report of the executive director.
Okay, so we are down to, we have 4 empty units. One's gonna get leased up December 1st. The others I'm still working on. One person is gonna take a transfer into the handicapped accessible unit. So that's gonna be 2 of them, but then it's gonna open up 1 more. I'm hoping that's gonna be the end of them. But so that's where we're at with those. We just got a fee amendment to do through the architect. Gonna be doing 2 more kitchens. So that'll be, coming up in the next, pretty soon. As part of our funding. So up there he is.
Hello, Alex. Hello.
Do.
Still loading on, looks
Oh,
like.
no, Alex has just come on. You have to unmute yourself.
Yep.
Muted.
Woody texted me.
He
There
did.
you go.
Uh,
Hi, you there? Hi, Alex. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good.
All right, with the thing.
Well, that's all right. We have you on, you're on speaker, so you're good. Oh, yeah, I bet you did.
The state was checking for another meeting, so I didn't do anything about it. And I
Actually,
didn't know
that
they-
empty ticket for last,
All right, we'll forgive you because you're listening now.
Yep.
Okay.
we can do a tin can and a string.
What's that?
Next meeting, we'll do a tin can and a string.
Perfect.
So we just did the budgets, Alex. We had B on speaker, so, but still, thank you for signing on. We're still at it. So I was just giving my report. So, I was saying we currently have, so we have 4 empties. One's leasing up next week. Another one is taking a transfer. So we're still working on those. I did go ahead and I put plank flooring in one of the empties, and then I did continue with rugs in the other. The flooring is a little bit more expensive. That kind of flooring, it's double in price. So I'm just trying to tread a little carefully with that, but I am going to do it. I'm going to slowly try to incorporate the flooring in there. Like everything, it's just prices are just escalated big time right now. So I just don't want to overspend crazy with extras. So yeah, and then like I said, we should be able to do 2 more kitchens in time. Like I said, over the next fiscal year, I'll be picking 2 more to do. We just had all the hallways cleaned. So we had somebody come in and clean them all to get that done before the winter. Let's see, I did do a rent increase. It's not a lot for 3 North Street, but we are allowed to do a COLA increase for them. So I did it for the past couple of years. So I did get an increase in rent for them that just came through. We're also doing a couple of projects over there. Again, we have to allot a certain amount of money for them. So I'm doing a couple of little bit of bathroom upgrades, a couple of new tubs that need to be replaced, things like that. We did have a Moderna clinic, a booster clinic. The Board of Health had offered to come in, just wanted to give it to residents, sent out notification. I don't know, probably maybe half of the residents did it.
Really? Only half?
Some of them had already had it, I think.
I see.
Some had already had it, I think they're available other places too, so. But we did have that done. We also, the senior center's doing a couple more lunches for us. They did one last month. They're doing another one in a couple of weeks. So still the same thing, kind of bring them in and people come and pick them up. People have been getting together a little bit in the community room, but still not full force per recommendation by anybody. So, that's it. I think between trying to, turn these units over and, Tony's been busy with all that, just getting, and also getting the equipment ready for the winter and, just trying to keep up with all that. Once we get a little bit of a breather, I think, from some of these units, it will be a little easier for everybody and a little easier financially. I'm glad that we got these budgets approved. Like I said, I didn't literally, as he said, by midnight tonight, then they'd give me an audit finding.
Charming.
I'd rather not. if can be, if we can avoid it.
If you need another vote on that, I had a chance to read it and I would have approved it.
Okay. That's perfect. I'm going to assume that everybody is. They're saying they don't have to be signed. They just have to be unanimously approved. So I'll just have to check in with John too. I think that's pretty much it for me, my report.
Do we have a motion to accept the executive director's report?
I make a motion to accept the executive director's report.
I second it.
B, are you in favor?
I am in favor.
And Robert,
I'm in favor.
Alex,
Aye.
and Nancy's in favor. All right, we are going to have approval of the payment of the bills of $13,329.95. You need a motion for that?
I move to approve it. I did have a chance to read that too.
I second it.
All right, B, are you in favor?
Yes, I am.
All right, Robert, are you?
I'm in favor.
Alex, are you?
Aye.
And Nancy is also. Guess we're not gonna have discussion of South Union because Woody's not here.
Yeah, I'll try to put it on for next month too.
Okay. Is there any other business to come before this meeting?
So it looks like our next meeting is December 15th.
Oh, good.
When is that?
Everybody's here for that. December 15th, yeah, hopefully I can get us up and
I don't know if I can do that because Steven's having knee surgery and I don't know when. I'm dropping him off and picking him up and I don't know.
okay, well, just let us know. if
When
you-
I can. Right.
All right,
That is,
I'm not gonna-
that one is on my calendar.
what is?
That one is already on my calendar.
Okay, well, hopefully, like you said, we'll do the best we can. At least we got,
Okay.
at least we got all the budgets done, and like I said, at least I know how to get us on here, so hopefully, that won't be an issue
Okay.
as far as upload is Zoom for as long as.
Let Sean come take care of his father. That will go over like. Oh, well.
Uh-huh.
All right, so December 15th is the next one.
Yeah,
And is there anything else that we need to discuss?
Now, what date did you say, the 15th or 16th?
15th, 1/5.
Okay, yeah, well, I can't make it that day.
B has a hot date on the 15th. She can't make it.
Right, yeah, if I had a hot date, I'd be there.
well, hopefully we'll have a quorum. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, I guess, because it's, I'm sure nobody wants to do it any closer to Christmas, so.
Okay,
We'll give it our best shot.
that's all you can ask.
Yep.
And I promise to be better when I promise.
Hey, I'm glad you're on speaker. That works. Nancy can be your speaker lady.
Are you people on Zoom?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still doing that, huh?
yeah, yep.
Well, I'm gonna go take lessons.
All right. Well, this works all right. If you're on the speakerphone, on my phone and your phone, we're good.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It
That's a
works.
good idea. At least I'm doing something, yeah.
Perfect. So I
Okay.
guess we need a motion to end the meeting.
I'll motion that we
Adjourn.
move that we end the meeting for tonight.
Okay,
I
we need a
second.
second. All right. B, are you in favor of adjourning this meeting?
Yes, I am.
And
I am.
Alex? Yep, and Alex?
Aye.
And Robert?
Aye.
And I am also. So that concludes our meeting and we will see you all on December 15th.
All right. Thank you,
Happy New Year.
everybody.
Thank you.
Sorry
Bye,
again.
everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. All right.
Lynn, I'll be down to see you.
Okay. Bye, B. Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Dad.
Bye. Take care.